Welcome, fellow your pothead Joe Pop Putty Man here, and today we're doing a massive tier list. We are going to be doing a tier list for Marvel movies, but not the MCU Marvel movies, the other ones that they don't talk about. But before we get started, I want to go ahead and introduce you to the two lovely gentlemen, or maybe one lovely gentleman, the guy kind of. Anyway, first to my left here, we have
I
the
think
Campo.
he's talking about you.
Campo, yeah.
Yes.
All right. The Campo Crunch with a whole bunch of munch. What's up? Plug your stuff, brother.
What's up, Lunchbox?
You want to plug anything?
Yeah, Johnny Donuts 777.
All right. Well, speaking of that, we do have the man from heaven. From 1 to 10, he's 11. We got Johnny Donuts 777.
Jono Donuts.
That's a new one.
Oh my God, I messed that one up so badly. Anyway, go ahead and plug away, Johnny. What do you want to plug here, brother?
Campo.reviews on Instagram.
Okay. Perfect. All right,
It's your old man Putty Pal here.
All right. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get into the tier list.
A few moments later.
All right, guys, here's the tier list. There is a total of 49 movies. We do have the TV movies down here, so if we can get to those, we'll try to. But we're going to start at the top, and we need to start quickly, guys. So with that being said, I'll let one of you guys take over. What would you put X-Men, the original X-Men, on this tier list?
B.
Yeah, I'd put it a B, high B, low A. I agree with that.
I actually agree. I think B is perfect. So I guess we're all in agreement. We'll put down B first, starting off. I mean, we're starting. All right, now what about X2? I actually loved X2. I feel like it's the best. A. So okay, so what you wouldn't say S tier though? You just say A.
No.
I'd say S tier.
You say S tier. I'm between A and S. Are you okay with it going S tier? JD?
Okay, I'm good with the A tier. Don't worry.
Wait. Let's scissor paper rock it for where we'll leave it for now.
Okay.
Ready? You cheated. We both picked scissors. Okay, leave it in A.
Okay,
Leave
let's leave it A.
I'm good with that.
I feel like this should be D, but anyway,
D.
Then there's X-Men, The Last Stand.
I really wish you had an F, but
I forgot to make it. I forgot to make it. We're counting D as F, guys. By the way, we're gonna just count D as F. It's that bad. Yeah. But anyway,
it's a fail. D.
Okay, this is X-Men Origins Wolverine. I say Z.
I was so worried knowing you were gonna have some kind of wild opinion on this. Like, that's the best movie.
No,
really?
That's a D.
Yeah, you have crazy opinions. That's worse than Last Stand.
Did you see what they did to Deadpool?
Yeah, Deadpool.
That's all I gotta say.
I watched that. I watched the unfinished leaked version.
I'm gonna say this right now. All these movies you see here, I saw all the way through. Even the Fantastic Four movie, the really bad one, even though they're all bad. But I actually walked out of the theater when I saw his mouth shown shut. I literally did not see the end of that movie until a friend of mine forced me, said, "You're gonna love it. You're gonna love it." And I watched it, and I was like, "You're a dumb idiot."
Well, I never saw the actual movie.
Nope, I watched the unfinished.
I watched the unfinished version. We're cool. This is cool. Putty, you're not cool.
Wow.
This movie is definitely a B behind X-Men.
Oh, did you talk about the Wolverine?
Yes. Agreed.
Really? I think it's a C, but I'm willing to give it to that. I actually
I think they did Silver Samurai a little dirty.
That's kind of why.
Once again, I'm not living in this world with comparisons to comic books. As a movie, it's a good
an action movie. It was great. Yeah,
and it's the beginning of the uprising of the X-Men universe again.
Yeah, I can see that. All right, Logan. I say S. Yeah, I agree.
That's the best movie that's here, probably.
Yeah. Well, I will say, yeah, I will agree on that. But I think there's 1 to 2. Anyway.
Okay, let me take this one away. Hate me as much as you want here. I could care less. This is an S tier movie.
Yes, it is.
X-Men First Class.
I agree. I agree with you. 100%.
I do, but I would say it's a high A, low S. But because we have some kind of really bad ones that are coming in, I'm willing to give this an S. I am willing to give this an S.
Well, we can move things around after, right?
A few moments later.
All right, next one we have is X-Men Days of Future Past. Where would you guys see that one?
I like this movie. I think the road cut is far superior.
Yes,
agreed.
I would say this is the number 1 A.
High B for me, low A.
Okay, then how about behind X2 then? If you guys can live with that.
I can.
I can too. I mean, I don't like it, but I'll live with it.
Okay.
X-Men Apocalypse.
I think that I actually like this movie. To me, it's somewhere around the Wolverine.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. I like the casting. I like the characters, but I don't like. I feel like the plot was convoluted, especially when they did a lot of things. Yeah.
I promise you, the only thing Putty doesn't like about this movie that's causing this is because he doesn't like the way Apocalypse looks.
No.
I'm
Actually,
not- I'm
Apocalypse
not
had
a-
no problem.
Oh, I'm not a fan of Olivia Munn.
Really? Actually,
I
that's
think
why I
she
was
looks
actually happy.
exactly like it.
Yeah.
I'm just
She
not a
look-
fan of her as a person. But
Oh,
Yes,
yeah,
but I'm
yeah, I
a
heard
fan
that
of her looking like Psylocke.
yes,
I agree. Yep.
she looks like she did in the X2 Sega Genesis game.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay. To me,
So-
it's behind Wolverine.
I'm down
Yes.
for that. I'm down for that.
Good.
Okay. X-Men.
Here we go. This is where it gets fun.
I think that's
I-
our first C.
I'll allow it to be in C. I think that's a perfect spot for it, but I don't dislike this movie. I don't understand
Really?
people that don't like this movie. I
I
think
hate it.
I think especially when you take in the second half of the movie, the second half is really good. The first half is
Yes.
just dumb. They tried to kill everybody off really quick to get rid of the actors who didn't want to be in the movie, and they were like,
Yeah.
"Let's just move on." from here.
It's very like that's why I think a C. It's very middle of the road. Starts off weak, ends good. Michael Fassbender puts in a great performance in this movie.
I agree. 100%. So
And he's the best thing about like the rebooted, whatever you want to call it, X-Men franchise.
so good in this movie.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll
But-
put it in C.
Yeah, it's definitely not a D.
Okay,
no,
here we go.
No. As
Here
I
we
said,
go.
our first C.
All right, here's where we're gonna have to compromise. I'm not just gonna let
Yes.
you trump everybody because you like Deadpool.
I know.
To me, this is slightly above X-Men.
I'm down for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm down for that. So right here,
Yeah,
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
yeah, I'm down. I can
That's
I can live with that.
X2.
That's X2. We said X-Men.
Oh, X-Men. Oh, I thought. Oh, shoot. No, see, I can't agree with that now.
Listen, this is you loving a character, and I like it. They nailed the character, but the movie sucks.
Yeah, but see, you really can't make Deadpool like realistically. That's the thing.
But it's not. This is my problem, and I'm not going to argue to this the point where it's your list, right? But like, to me, the story has no weight. There's nothing about it that means anything. You could take or leave this movie, and it wouldn't actually matter. The only thing that matters is the character.
It's a origin story.
And to me, it's just the character that's great about this movie. The movie's like, and it's not like a poorly made movie. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it's bad, but the story is so small, and it doesn't matter at all.
I think the story.
Yeah.
I think what you're trying to say too is the story takes a back seat to the character.
Yeah, it's
Well,
only
yeah.
about Deadpool.
But that's just basically we want the comics about.
But if you're gonna tell me X-Men: Days of Future Past is not better than X2, but Deadpool is, that's crazy talk.
well, just I will admit that if you guys okay, what about low A? Would you guys be okay with that?
I'll take that 100%.
I'll take that as well. Yeah.
I know it's better than X-Men.
Okay, and then what about Deadpool 2?
Okay, if we're talking extended cut, it's ahead of the first one.
Right.
If
Yeah.
we're not talking extended cut, it's behind the first one.
Either one. I like 2 better than 1. I like 2 better than 1.
Like we can rearrange after,
Yeah.
right?
After,
Like
but yeah.
Okay.
this is just
I'm
light
good.
placing.
Okay,
Yeah,
well,
I'm-
okay.
The
Well, okay,
extended
they're-
one is so good.
Yeah.
I don't
I
They're
understand
understand
interchangeable, so I'm good with that.
Okay, so now what about the New Mutants? I
Okay,
actually like this.
Once again, I definitely liked this movie.
yeah.
Yeah,
it's-
I didn't mind it at all
it-
either.
It's either ahead or behind Dark Phoenix.
I actually would
Yeah.
think it's better than Wolverine, maybe not better than X-Men.
I'm not going to argue with this one. I
Yeah.
feel like its placement is irrelevant to me. I liked it, and as long as people know that
Yeah.
they should watch
Well,
it.
how
And
about-
it wasn't a bad movie, and take it for what it is. It was
Can we just
fun.
can we have like 1 minute of time to talk about this movie?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Well, you could place it.
Place it,
Um,
yeah, and we'll talk about it.
It's I really just don't get it. Why people didn't like it.
Well, I think what it is it remember it went through a development hell basically, and the thing is I think people were going in expecting to hate it, and then at the same time wanted to hate it, and they're still going to hate it just because hate, the cancel
Yeah.
culture, the hate culture is always there.
But it's like I wouldn't
think-
give it a crazy rating. I'd give it like a 6.5. But the thing is, it's so perfectly fine that I
Yeah.
can't see how you looked at it and were like, this is bad.
I
Like,
think
there's
it came
nothing-
out. I think it came out at the wrong time. It was right before. I think it was right before the pandemic or during the pandemic, and I think there was a lot of superhero burnout by that point.
Mm-hmm.
That people just didn't care for it. You just got through the Infinity War. You just got through, like,
Well-
you know what I mean? Like, so there was a lot of
The
superhero.
cast is
mutant-
fantastic in it.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. And we'll see. I think another thing too is you got to remember this is exactly the time that Disney bought out X-Men from Fox and Fantastic Four. So I think what's happened here is that a lot of people were like, okay, listen, we are ready for the mutants to move on into the MCU, and we just kind of want to like not relive the Fox world anymore. And I think that's the reason why people put it that way, because it was the last movie. It was supposed to come out like years before, and so they're just not even really giving it the.
It was supposed to tie into the Fox films, but it never really did. It was kind of its own thing, and as its own like a summer popcorn movie, it's great.
It was supposed to actually set up for Mr. Sinister too. That was supposed to connect with the Fox.
It was handled very well.
Yeah.
Okay. Next one we have is the first Fantastic Four movie, not the 81, but the one with Jessica Alba.
We're gonna have this moment again, I think, probably 70 times throughout this list.
I'm
gonna say I don't hate it.
Yeah.
It's just a fine movie.
I was surprised you guys see that. Here's the thing: I actually enjoyed this movie. The next one, on the other hand,
out of the three of them, that's the best one.
Yeah,
I agree. I think so too. I don't understand. The second one is very much higher rated on most websites, and I don't get that.
I'd be fine with even putting it at the back of the B list, the B tier.
I'm not going to go that far.
No.
Okay, so higher,
better than Dark Phoenix.
It's worse than Dark Phoenix. For
okay,
me.
I think it's better, but I'm okay with that. Okay,
and this one is right
Michael
behind
Chiklis
it.
as the Thing was perfect casting. Let's agree with that.
Yeah, it was just.
Well, I also have a thing for Jessica Alba.
It works as okay. First of all, Jessica Alba is number one best part of this movie.
Yeah,
when it's on mute, but as far as acting goes, it doesn't work out very well.
No.
But I mean, for what it is, it's not that bad. They meant to make it campy.
Mm-hmm.
But because Fantastic Four as a team is, I don't know if anyone reads comics, but I've never liked them. They're absolute trash. I never understood the popularity of them. I will put it right there.
They have the best villain, I think, in Doctor Doom.
Yes, that's fair.
And then
he looks good in these movies.
Oh yeah, yes. in these two, I say.
The guy, I forgot his name, but the guy from Nip Tuck. He was in Nip Tuck.
Mm-hmm. Now we have this Fantastic Four, the Fan Four, whatever they call it.
Fan Four Stick.
Yeah,
Fan Four Stick.
Yeah,
Fraggle Stick car.
Okay, Fraggle Stick car. This is my opinion on this movie. It's the first half of what could have been a really good movie that absolutely falls off a cliff once they get their powers.
Mm-hmm.
Until the build up in the beginning and like the character development was so good, and I don't understand how they tanked it. I just don't get it.
Yeah. I don't know. For me, all around, I might have gone into this with like the New Mutants feel, and I just did not like it. I actually feel like it's even worse, as worse or as bad as Origins. So
this is my opinion. Your opinion on Origins is based on Deadpool. Mine.
Okay,
I would rather watch.
Have you seen the Blades?
What the fuck? I would rather watch Wolverine.
No, because
Origins.
I watched the unfinished.
Yeah, exactly. He didn't even have claws when we watched it. I would rather watch Wolverine Origins any day over Fan Four Stick.
Okay, well that's fine. Either way, they're bad. Both bad.
Yeah, D is arguable.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so we got the first Blade.
I enjoyed it.
I love this movie. Yeah. It's probably one of the first rated R movies I've ever seen. It just. I didn't even care that it was Marvel. It didn't even make sense to me.
It was just a good vampire movie.
It was just Wesley Snipes effing people up. And to me, this is right around Deadpool. I'm going to be honest.
Yeah.
Would you be
and
okay
Donald
right
Loja. Donald Loja kicks ass.
Donald Loja.
Okay, well then, how about
Donald with no D.
How about Blade 2?
Donald.
Yes.
Deadpool. Okay, Deadpool. Blade 2 is also good, but it's not as dark it leans more towards the horror element, but in like a campy kind of way. I can't explain it.
It's not bad, but it's different.
Yeah, this would be like in the B's for sure.
I think it's better than Apocalypse and better than Apocalypse, not as good as New Mutants. What do you think?
I would say it's above New Mutants, but
I'd agree with that. I like that idea. Somewhere in that middle B tier is good.
So better than Wolverine or no?
No, I don't think it's better than Wolverine.
Okay. And then what about Blade Trinity?
Okay, I think this movie's a lot of fun, but it's not good. No, it's behind Fantastic Four.
I'm down for that.
Yeah.
What about you,
I
JD?
agree with that. I agree with that.
Ahead of Silver Surfer. It's better than Silver Surfer.
Okay. I'm down for that.
Even though it had Triple H.
Even though it had Triple H, but hey, it had Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, Ryan Reynolds.
Posey.
All right, ready for me to say it again? I like Ghost Rider.
I actually do too.
To me, this is better than Dark Phoenix, maybe.
Yeah,
I agree.
I can agree with that.
What about Better Than Apocalypse or
No,
I
not?
would
I don't
put it
think
at
it's
the top.
But yeah, you
top
could
of the
put it
C.
there.
Yeah, or yeah,
Okay, I'm down. I can do that.
You could put it top of C or last B. I'm okay
Yeah.
with either one.
Okay,
it's
so
interchangeable. It was fun. I liked, and Nicolas Cage, he understands they wanted to make it a little bit, and he understands the character. And I think that's what
he was actually a comic book reader and a
Yeah.
fan of that character. So
all right. Now for this next one, out of all the movies here, I've seen every single movie, and I literally even those 80s movies, I've never seen the second Ghost Rider movie. So I'm not
all right, well, I would love to step into you for this. This is the worst movie on this list.
I agree.
It's absolutely terrible.
It suffered from poor writing.
It's filmed with a gray filter over it, like a what would like a Desert Storm mid 90s war movie where they like it's gray, it's just all gray.
It was during that time where every movie had that desaturated look.
Yeah,
to
like
it.
Black. It was Black Hawk Down.
Yes, I agree.
So
And
where
it was
should I
awful.
go then?
It's last. It's
Is it that
definitely
Yeah,
last.
I think so. Yeah.
I never want to see this again in my entire life.
That's why I've not watched it. Everyone says it's
and this
that
is
bad.
and that's the thing. Like the first one was good, so I don't know what happened to the second.
Okay.
Was it a different director, Campo?
Yeah,
That
Yeah.
probably is.
I don't know who it was.
Okay. Now we have Ang Lee's Hulk.
Okay,
I put
once
that
again,
at
we're gonna.
a D.
I'm gonna jump right into this. I want to say I like this. To me, this is around Ghost Rider.
Really?
I'm halfway. I'm
I
actually
think what
more,
he did with the visuals was amazing, and the Hulk looks really good.
See, to me, the
Visually,
Hulk
yeah.
looked like Shrek.
Yeah, but it was think about the graphical power they had
True.
at that time.
And the story was half decent.
It was, and the
Yeah.
acting is pretty good. Nick Nolte is just a dog guy. But
That was weird to me, honestly. That was really weird.
I actually
was
like this movie.
Okay,
I would say right
I'll
here.
give it to you because I like the way Eric Bana portrayed the duality of Bruce Banner.
I did too. I agree. So where would you guys put it though? I
I
think
would-
right
I-
here.
I would put it ahead of Fantastic Four, but I can live with it there. It's like your list. You can make the final call
Yeah,
on this.
I'll agree with wherever Putty puts it. It's
And
fine.
I
I
also
thought-
want to say I live in the world in my universe. That's the first Hulk movie, and I count that in the MCU. I'm just saying,
Okay.
I do.
Okay.
All right. Well, that actually goes into the actual Hulk. That's part of the MCU, the Incredible Hulk with Edward Norton. What do you guys think? You guys know how I feel about Edward Norton in this film, but as far as the effects and the story, I liked. He's the only thing that I don't like about it.
I think we should go a different route with this, and we should not place this one.
Why is that?
I feel like this is so MCU,
But see, if we're gonna do that, you kind of have
but
to
the
take these two
Spider-Man
out then.
movies are completely owned by Sony. At
but-
that point, there was Universal was just in charge of owning the character. Marvel completely did everything else. I mean, let's place it. To me, this is
Kind of.
Ahead of-
I'd put between New Mutants and Blade too. There.
I would put it above Blade 2.
I would too.
Okay.
Actually, I put it above
I'm good.
Wolverine as well.
Yeah,
though.
I'll put it above Wolverine as
Okay.
well.
Shout out to the Zanzibar and Sam the Record Man.
All right, here we go. Here's the one. Howard the Duck.
Well, considering
S.
I just got this delivered to my house today in 4K,
That's an
I
S for me. Leia
let's-
Thompson in her underwear. Thank you very much.
Leia
I know, right?
Thompson and anything in the 80s is like smoke show to the max.
Let's
And
put it this way. There's one scene where I wish I was Howard the Duck. That's all I'm saying.
duck nipples. I know. No, but let's be realistic here. This is I would rather
It's a
watch
campy
this
movie.
than the last two.
Wait, what?
I would say it's like behind Wolverine Origins.
Yeah, I'm down for that. What do you what do you
Okay,
say?
yeah, sure. It's a fun campy movie,
I
but it's
don't-
not
how
a
about
very
this?
good movie.
Yeah, I agree. So yeah, it's more of the fun.
Yeah.
All right, now this is the Punisher with
I just remember that
John
scene with the
Travolta.
alien. She took my eggs.
Okay. Punisher, I would say, is around Ghost Rider.
Yeah, I'd say slightly behind it, but yeah.
Okay, I can live with that.
I can live with that too. Actually,
Okay, so here once again,
Punisher was.
I
I actually
think
love this.
as dumb as this movie kind of visually looks, I think
This was more of a
it's
Punisher
so
movie.
much fun.
Yes.
It's so
Mhm.
much fun. It's so much action. To me, this is definitely better than Ghost Rider.
I agree.
Yes. I would
agree.
say
I feel
around
like it-
Wolverine. The
I don't think
Wolverine.
it's-
Blade. No,
Uh,
New Mutants maybe.
Yeah, I can
Before
leave
of-
it there where you have
Yeah,
it right now.
Okay.
I'm done with that. Yep.
It's
Because
not better
the
than Blade
recasting
2.
was good. I liked Ray Stevenson as
Yeah.
the Punisher. Like,
It felt
they
more
actually
like a
brought it-
Punisher movie.
but they brought in an actual Punisher villain in Jigsaw.
Oh yeah, right.
And he looked real stupid, but
Yeah.
I mean, he played the part pretty well, actually. Surprising.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm gonna say for the next 6 films, only one of these I feel is bad. So let's get started.
Okay, out of
First
the
Sam
next
Raimi
6
Spider-Man.
films, only one of them I think is bad. First
I agree with
Spider-Man
that.
is, to me, is ahead of X-Men Part 1.
Yes,
I'm down.
Agreed.
Yeah.
that's
S
what
tier.
kind of brought the new generation of superhero
Superheroes.
movies into.
Spider-Man 2 is slightly behind or in front of X2.
I actually feel it's S tier. It's
Yeah.
probably one of the best Spider-Mans in my eyes. Like
I mean,
outside of the,
I'd
the
put
new
it. I'd
ones.
put it high A's. I'd put it high A's
I'm down for
definitely.
that.
And the Spider-Man was it the 2.1 cut?
Oh man, yeah.
That is fantastic. And Alfred Molina puts in a great performance as Doc Ock.
I agree. I
And
can't
I'm
wait
looking
to see him come
forward to
back.
yeah.
I know. Okay, here we go. Spider. I hate saying it, like I feel like one throw up. Spider-Man
This
3.
is like around Last Stand.
Yeah, I'm down. I'm actually.
Yeah.
It's not an F, but it's not like the worst.
Yeah,
Please
as
let
a
me at least
movie,
put-
it's not bad. Like if
Put
you're
it there.
looking at
Okay,
if you're
so
looking
on-
at from a comic perspective, I don't like what they did with Venom, and
Yeah.
it's more the Topher Grace casting was all
Yeah,
wrong.
it was really
Yeah.
bad, and the handling of Peter Parker with it, and then shoehorning a very good-looking Gwen Stacy in Bryce Dallas Howard, but
Yes.
she didn't work. She didn't work at
No.
all in the role.
But
This is one thing.
Needless
Go.
to say, though, the best performance is Thomas Hayden Church as the Sandman.
Yes,
Oh, I
easily.
agree. I agree.
He-
He
yeah,
looks
yeah.
the part and everything. Yep.
To me,
If
right
it wasn't
now,
for him, this movie would be lower.
take it how you want it. You guys can agree with me or not. At this point, the only 2 Fs for me are Fan Four Stick and Ghost Rider 2.
I can agree
The
with
rest
that.
of them are all actually Ds.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So then that comes into Spider-Man: Homecoming.
To me, this is behind Days of Future Past.
Where's Amazing 1 and 2?
You're a fucking idiot.
Huh? Oh my God, I don't have those here. How did I forget those? Okay, is there a way to add things here?
No, you will. We'll use those Hulk movies as like placeholders.
Like I have to. Oh my God, I how are they not here? I have them. I just think they must not got added when I moved them. Crap. I'm so sorry. I hate that. So there's more than 49 movies.
Okay, this is what
Holy
we'll do. We'll
Okay.
do use Spider-Man the 77 because that shouldn't even be on here.
Yeah,
and
I
we'll
agree
do
with
Doctor
that.
Strange and do those, and I'll actually put.
They'll
Yeah,
be the placeholders.
use those
I'll
two.
Photoshop stuff over them. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
So for me, Spider-Man: Homecoming. Oh, we're doing these
We're
ones.
doing
let's
Amazing
just, I was-
1 and
I was
2,
just
yeah.
going to do Amazing 1 and 2 now. Right. So
Okay.
we've got Amazing Spider-Man number 1.
For me, it's I would
Okay.
say it's ahead of New Mutants.
Yeah.
No, it's ahead of Blade 2, maybe. It's there.
Yeah, it's in that general vicinity. Half decent movie. Didn't need another origin story.
I just really didn't. I feel like he wasn't a good Peter Parker at all. He was a good
He
Spider-Man.
is
but-
by far the worst Peter Parker.
I
He's
agree.
by far the best Spider-Man.
Yes.
Can we put it behind New Mutants? 'Cause I actually don't. I feel like New Mutants was better. Than
If
Amazing
you feel
Spider-Man.
that strongly
Yeah.
about it, fine. But as long
Okay.
as you as long as you agree with me on the next one,
What's
That's
this?
that's an F.
that's a heavy duty F.
Oh, okay, cool. Where?
Okay, it's better than Ghost Rider.
Yeah, but not better than Fan Four Stick because at least Fan Four Stick started good.
What? Really? I at least feel this is a little bit better.
All right,
than
put it
Fantastic.
there. I don't care.
Okay.
I don't know. I mean, again,
fine.
No,
I'm,
put
I'm
it
a
ahead of
little-
Fan Four Stick if you feel that way. It's fine.
Regardless,
You're not
F's
hurting
are
my
F's
feelings.
and they're all shit.
Yeah, exactly. All right, now Spider-Man: Homecoming.
Spider-Man: Homecoming for me is behind X-Men Days of Future Past, or it's in the Deadpool area.
Yeah,
I
I
actually-
agree with that.
I actually agree. Yeah. Let's see here.
But I'd say between the two Deadpools,
I'm down for that.
Campbell, you good with that one?
Yeah.
And then what about Far From Home?
Okay, so this is like I said last time. This was a
It's the-
disagreement we had. This is to me the best live-action Spider-Man movie.
I'd
It-
agree.
it
I'd
can't-
put it up there with Spider-Man 2.
Yeah, I would say it's ahead of Spider-Man 2.
Mhm.
I would say it's number 1 in A.
Okay,
You
I'm down
want?
for
Yeah.
that.
There's no S's, so you want to put it maybe at the bottom of the S tier?
Oh, I have a
No.
nest. It's coming up.
Oh
right
yeah, it's
now.
coming up. Yeah,
I got a
agree.
nest.
Oh,
coming
the next
up.
one. Yeah.
Yeah,
Agreed.
so Spider-Man
That's
into the
S.
Spider-Verse. There's no way
The
we
best
can.
Spider-Man movie.
That's,
I actually think it's
that's
still
better.
first
Yeah,
class.
it's not better than Logan though.
Yeah, I
No,
agree.
I'd put it between. Yeah,
Oh my
but that
God,
is
yes.
the best Spider-Man movie, and I'm
So
so
good.
looking forward to the second
I
one.
know. I can't wait.
Venom
And
is an
fun fact-
enjoyable movie.
Fun fact about Into the Spider-Verse. Sorry, Catherine Hahn, Wanda all along. She plays Mrs.
I
yeah, she
know.
does.
Yep. Which is this going around anyway? All
Venom.
right, Venom now.
Venom is better than Spider than Punisher, Warzone.
I don't know. I totally agree with that. I actually feel like Venom is
I
even.
think Venom might be even better than Amazing #1.
Yeah,
I don't agree with that, but I can live with it. It's
Okay.
better. It might be better than it's better than New Mutants.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Okay,
not better
then.
than Blade 2, though.
Okay.
No, agreed to that.
Okay.
All
Here we
right,
go.
here we
Daredevil.
go. Daredevil director's cut, where they actually use the Kevin Smith stuff, is
Yep.
so much better than the original version. It's still not that good of a movie, but I actually personally love it. I would not rate it highly, but the original version of Daredevil is something
deep.
special.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's better than Last Stand. You know what? It's better
Yeah.
than Fantastic Four, the first Fantastic Four.
Really? I actually don't agree with that, but
It's
I'm
better
okay
than
with
the
that.
second Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
Oh no, yeah, definitely better than the second Fantastic Four for sure.
I'd say
100%.
better than Blade 3 too.
Okay, so I would say I don't know what's
Between
around the
Blade and
Hulk.
Hulk.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Put it between Blade and Hulk.
I'm down for that.
Wow,
It's
we're
not
living
that
right
bad
now.
of a film.
I didn't think we were going to agree so easily on this list.
I know.
We
There's always
started
ones
off rough.
you know me. It's the one only two that would be like Okay, Elektra.
This is enough.
Yeah.
This movie. This is okay. Wait, it's worse than Amazing Spider-Man 2 for sure. It's
Mhm.
worse than Fantastic
Fantastic,
for sure.
but not as bad as Ghost Rider. I agree
No.
to that.
God, I'm so glad I haven't seen this movie because you guys are
Watch
saying
it,
that
please.
bad.
Watch it just to do a review on it, like a bad review.
Okay, I will. All right, and finally, a lot of people don't know this, but Big Hero 6 is based off a Marvel comic. With that being said, where should we put Big Hero 6?
I don't. So as a movie critic, I think this was a pretty good movie. But as a watcher, this movie lost me halfway, and I stopped caring absolutely at what was happening. This is like around X-Men Apocalypse.
Yeah. It's not as good as Warzone. I kind of agree with that.
Putty, what do
Okay.
you think? What's your actual thought on it?
It's a good movie. Of course, you know me. They changed a lot. It is a enjoyable movie, especially for kids. I agree with where you guys are at. I agree. I think it would be after Apocalypse or right.
Okay. Let's do
That's
that.
fine. I think it's too well made to call it bad, but as a personal experience, I did not enjoy watching the movie.
I can go there. Okay. Now we're gonna hit the weird things, and if we have time, how much time? I can't even tell how much time we have.
Well, we got more than 10 minutes, that's for sure.
Yeah.
All right, let's go through. I'm just gonna pick and choose stuff. So let's go ahead and pick stuff that we already know.
Just start at the top. We'll get through this.
Okay.
So yeah, we'll get through this.
All right, so these are the 70s and 80s Captain America. I've got the list here, and I forgot the names, but I remember watching these.
The motorcycle Captain America.
Motorcycle.
So
This-
that's what I call it, actually.
Yes,
call
this
it-
is Captain America 1979.
Okay.
This is the one where he's got the shield attached to the front of the motorcycle.
The
and-
motorcycle.
Okay, this is my problem. I've seen both of these. One of them is way better than the other one, but I don't remember which one is
It's the
which.
first one, I think.
Yeah. I it is the first one that's much better.
Okay, so I think the first one is. I think they're both behind Ghost. I mean, maybe they're both not good, but put the first one ahead of the second one. I know
Not
one is
F.
better.
No. Like I think C tier. No.
You think they're that good?
Oh no. You think you'd I'd put them ahead of Ghost Rider.
Okay, at
Okay,
least the first one
Yeah.
ahead of Elektra,
Yeah.
ahead
Okay.
of Van Forstic.
No. I think
Okay.
that's the
There
So
you
for
go.
both of them,
That's
because-
No, the second one is bad.
It's
put-
worse than Elektra.
okay.
Okay, we don't like you, Nick Cage. I'm
Okay,
sorry right now.
Now there's
We're
the
gonna
nine-
run out of F room.
I know, and I got 10 minutes, so I'm trying to get pretty quickly. Okay, so
We
there's
got this.
Okay, so
Okay,
there's the
hold on.
79 Captain America. Oh, not 79, but this is the 91, the 1991.
This is a terrible movie.
Yep.
But it's still
It's
better.
electric territory.
Okay, yeah, I'm down for that. You
Just put it ahead of the other Captain America.
Yeah.
Okay.
Agreed. No, not that one.
Oh, the other one. Okay.
At least
No, leave it like that. That's fine. That's
Oh,
fine.
That's fine.
All right.
Okay.
Okay, and then there's I'm trying to get through this quickly. Okay, Incredible Hulk returns.
I don't remember this at all, but I've seen it.
Yeah, it's horrible.
It's bad. Yeah. It's
Yeah, I'm
not
just gonna
very
put it right
good. Lou
Okay.
Ferrigno's worst performance.
Okay, I want to put this one at low C for one reason. It's the first cameo of Stan Lee, which is the trial of the Incredible Hulk.
You're not getting this one from me. This is below. This is like a around
Wolverine
Captain
Origins.
America. Yeah.
Really?
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Do that. I could live with that.
Yeah.
But
Between
behind
that
it-
and Howard the Duck.
Okay.
Scroll up a bit because you're losing the S.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, leave it
there's-
like that.
Then there's the death of Incredible Hulk.
I don't remember this one
I
either.
never seen that
Okay,
one.
I
it's
only
bad,
remember
but
the
I'll put
trial
it here
one.
then. Okay, I actually like this.
I like this movie as
Yes,
well.
the Dolph
Punisher.
Lundgren one. Yeah.
This is like around Wolverine Origins, maybe like right behind it or
I
right
think
ahead of
above
it.
it. I actually think it's
It's-
better.
Yeah, I'll
Actually,
give
put it
you
right
that.
here.
I'll give you that.
I'll give you that.
Yeah.
The 80,
This was bad.
The 94, 84 Fantastic Four.
This
Yes.
movie is amazing. This movie's better than the other Fantastic Fours.
Yeah, I'll
Please
give
tell
you
me you're
that.
joking.
I'll give you that. I'll
What?
give you it's better than Fan Four Stick.
Okay, I'm down for that. All right, here we
Okay.
go. Generation X, the 90s movie.
This is the hardest F that I've ever given in my life.
It was
It's better than the
bad.
Hulks. Okay, no, it's
Okay.
not better than the Hulks.
Oh,
No, it's
man.
not. You can't be
Boo.
better than Lou for it.
I know.
no.
I just love Generation X,
Yeah.
but they really did do horrible on that. Okay, here we go. This is the one I've been happy to say. Nick Fury, played by
Yes.
David Hasselhoff.
You can't hassle the Hoff. Let's just be honest here. It's better than Gen X.
All right.
Yeah, absolutely.
I would say here. How about this?
Yeah,
Better than Ghost Rider. I would give it that.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's better than Captain America too.
Okay, I'm down for that.
Yeah.
And then last, Man Thing.
Okay, this movie sucks.
Yes.
It's a special kind of suck.
So where do you want to go?
Better than Gen X.
Yeah, it's not better than the Hulk though.
Wow.
I agree with that. That's perfect spot for it.
So like we're gonna let's repoint this out again. So the F's for us are starting at Fan Four Stick
Yes.
and then going onwards.
Yes.
Everything else is like a D.
Yeah.
Yes.
I agree. Yep.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's a lot of F's.
Me personally, I put Howard the Duck a little higher, but
I would too. I'm down for
So
that.
what's
as well.
your gripe? Your gripe is Howard the Duck of this whole list.
of the D tier, yeah.
My only thing that I like, there's a few little things, but the only one I just can't deal with is I think that Days of Future Past is better than Spider-Man 2.
Okay, here's the thing. I would think Howard the Duck should be up here, honestly.
I
feel
don't
it's
care
very
where you
obvious.
move it in D. You could put it to number 1 in D. It makes no difference.
Okay, I'll put it there. And then what was the other one you said?
Days of
We're
Future
not
Past.
going to move that. So
Okay, all right.
there's no way you guys are going to agree with me to put it past X-Men 2 and Spider-Man 2.
What's that?
Days of Future Past.
Future Past.
Yeah, no, I can't.
Yeah,
what do you think?
that's okay.
Johnny?
I can live with it.
I'd give you over X-Men 2.
Yeah, I'll do that.
I'll take it.
Okay.
You guys are very kind today. What's happening?
No, like I enjoyed it.
Well, you know me. I'm
Personally,
not,
I
you,
think
you know me. These are the
X2
only
for
two I'm
me
not
But
happy with.
is
I think you made a fair placement of Deadpools. I think that's fair, and I do agree that I like them, but I just think they lean so heavily into the comedy, which is really funny, and it loses the focus of the actual movie.
I agree. It's true.
But the second one is way funnier, and
Yes.
and if the extended cut is the only version to watch.
I think the second one is a little bit more self-aware, and I think that's what makes it a little funnier. I
the
think.
stuff with Juggernaut is next level.
Oh my
Yes.
god! Oh
Yes.
my god! It's the Juggernaut. Okay,
Does he say, "Can I have your autograph"?
Yeah, can I have your
Yeah, can I
autograph?
have
I
your
love you
autograph?
at issue 8. He started naming off the issues. It's hilarious. But unfortunately, anyway, guys, we're running out of time here. And that is our tier list. Of course, by the time you're watching this, you'll see that these have changed into the Amazing Spider-Man movies. So that's just that. I don't know why they're in there, but okay. Anyways, that's it, guys. Special shout outs and thank you to Johnny Donut 777 and Jimmy the Singer brother. Anyway, you guys want to go ahead and give a shout out to your socials out there and everything, guys?
Yeah, you can find me Nicky Picky 223 on the PSN and RLG.
And Johnny Donuts 777. That's my handle for everything.
Perfect. All right, there you guys go. That is our list. Examine it. If you agree or disagree, go in the comments below. Tell us what you guys think. Tell us what you think.
Tell me how stupid I am.
Sure, why not? You know what I mean? But anyway, as always, I am Putty Man with Gamer Pilots. And do not forget, we're about the high score. Peace out. I'll talk to y'all later.